Hi Leo, how you guys doing? This is going to be a general reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for July 16th to the 23rd. I am starting on the last day we ended the last week on. I'm starting with that just because we have the full moon and lunar eclipse at 24 degrees Capricorn. See what other kind of messages we can get for people, right? Because these general messages, they don't all apply to everybody. Okay, so your crowning energy we have is peace. I like that for you. Who doesn't want peace, right? So the essential meaning here is freedom from attachment with radical acceptance. You know, it doesn't get any better than this. A quiet mind, a heart that's fulfilled, freedom from want, you know, the soul satisfaction. It's the way to this peace, though, for you, Leo, is through radical acceptance. So everything in your world is just as it should be right now. Everything's happening just as it should be. This is great. You know, this is one of those times when you're capable of clear vision about your work and how you create your prosperity. So whatever you're doing in that way, keep doing it, because just being is enough for, you know, you're definitely in this peaceful harmony with spirit, and it shows in your work. So this is a time for calmness and well-being in spite of temporary conditions. You know, this is, in spite of the fact that you might in some area of your life feel a little out of whack. This could be in relationships, certainly. I'm not feeling like it is in career, but you have this veiling of peace that's blessing you right now, which is really great. I like that as your crowning energy. Great stuff. Okay, let's put this over here. I'm going to pull some cards for you for the first... Not the first, I'm sorry, for the 16th to the 23rd. This is the beginning of the week. Okay. Middle of the week. Seven of Pentacles, Six of Wands. Okay. This is the end of the week. I feel like that happened already. The Three of Swords. Because we have the Four here. And these are going to be your challenges. Ten of Wands. Oop, taking too many. Death reverse. Okay. And Temperance reverse. Okay. All right, so, yeah, okay, let's get into this. So the moon reverse, this is a Pisces energy. You may be avoiding difficult emotions and confrontations right now. So your needs are, I'm getting they're not expressed or recognized in the way that they should. A trauma or a tough situation is ignored, and, I'm getting it's ignored again rather than explored. So the moon reverse can show you going back to your old ways of coping with something, with the past. This is you feeling stuck in an old emotional pattern that keeps coming up. And it's going to keep coming up until you give it the attention that it needs to heal, or that it deserves. I'm getting that this is connected to the challenge here that you have with the Temperance reverse. Okay, I'm feeling like these two go together, which shows an imbalance and unfairness in relationships and problems with money for some of you. But you feeling that what you put into relationships and into your work just isn't being rewarded right now. And this can show you struggling with change in the past. You know, something that happened in your past. It happened already, but it's still dominating your present, and it's influencing your future. I feel like, yeah, definitely something that happened in your past. In this position, difficult old memories can resurface, making you feel held back. So you need to look at what you need right now in the present, and try not to worry too much about your future in a way where you're trying to micromanage its reality from your present position, and understand that the past is done and it can't be changed. It can only be accepted, right? Yeah, so I'm getting that. All right, and then we have the Knight of Cups reverse. This is Aquarius and Pisces energy, and this does mean disappointment. An offer that at first appeared perfect, not materializing, right? Leaving you feeling maybe a little confused or pushed out of a situation. Now, for some of you, this can indicate you dealing with a person who's untrustworthy or unreliable, and someone who is more hooked on the chase in a relationship, that romantic or sexual ideal, but has no intention of going beyond that easy honeymoon phase of the relationship. This person may even be looking for someone new elsewhere. right now, continuing the cycle of manipulation on their end. But in general, in relationships, this does indicate a lover who has intimacy and commitment issues. Now, this could be someone who you were dealing with. This could be someone you're dealing with right now. But I do have this essence of this happening already, and you're just still dealing with this, whose behavior may have been inconsistent and unpredictable, and who tends to deflect all the problems of the relationship back onto you. Now, for those of you not dealing with relationship at all, this can be an employer or a job that is not at all what you hoped it would be, where you're realizing that what was initially offered to you looks way different in reality, and you almost feel duped in some way. And for some others of you, you may find that you're suddenly let go from your job. But I'm feeling like this is where the death reverse comes in. I am feeling that these two are going to be kind of working together, because the death card brings endings and beginnings, sometimes all at once. And this speaks to fast and deep transformation and an opportunity to let go of what no longer serves you, what you no longer need. And this is going to feel sudden, and you'll feel like you have little control over external events. But in time, you're going to be able to see that this stark change in circumstances is a complete blessing for you. And in reverse, this just tells me that you're going to be feeling anxious and stressed about it. Initially unable to fully comprehend what's happening. It's like this is the residue and the settling in of the reality of something, rather than just being very accepting of a situation. So in reverse, this is the universe telling you that there is no way back, that a relationship can't be mended into being what it was before. This also indicates an employer just not changing their mind. And there's a sense of sadness to that. Even if something is for our higher good, even if we know it's for our higher good, it's really not the easiest thing to initially accept and initially deal with, But then we have the Justice card. This is a Libra energy. This is a numerology link to the High Priestess. And this indicates that out of all of that, there's going to come a positive outcome. Past mistakes and imbalances are going to be revisited in this energy, and you're going to benefit from this. This is about positive karmic paybacks in your favor, provided that you're accountable for your past actions, you're honest about it, and you're deserving. And we know when we are, right? So equally, you may also be the judge in your own life right now, using your perspective and integrity to make good decisions that will safeguard your future. You're really thinking about, it's like you're recognizing some struggles and pains that are going on in your life, but you're not throwing the baby out with the bathwater. To me, this is you saying, okay, you know what, things have gone on in my life, but I am not going to let that control me. It's time to bring balance back. I have not been treated the best, and this is you just taking a moral stand on an issue that you don't want to deal with any more of the nonsense from external sources anymore. And this is a very welcome energy if life has felt chaotic for you recently, because this is about empowerment, advising you to really take more of a left brain approach to take control. Influential people are going to be favoring you now, and anything that you've been focused on as far as moving yourself forward is going to have the support that you need right now. This is about you making sure that your emotional needs are met and you finding the right balance between work and your relationships. Financially, you're going to be coming to the end of a frugal period. Your money's improving. This is you just doing your strong Leo thing and taking back control over your life. Even though you have pockets of sadness in your life, even though not everything is perfect, this is you saying, but you know what? There are things that I can control, and I'm going to take complete control over what I can. And then we have in the middle of the week, going into the middle of the week, we have Seven of Pentacles reverse. This is Saturn and Taurus energy. And this shows me you procrastinating for a minute here, right? This is a short time period we are dealing with, guys. So just something to be mindful of, right? The time is running out. So you really want to fully commit to the work you're doing or the lifestyle that you have, regardless of the circumstances, or either work it and accept it or put your energies elsewhere. This energy is like no more in between. No more in between. And I'm getting that many of you feel very overworked and underappreciated, which I feel like that's where the challenge of the Ten of Wands could come in. Because this energy indicates you carrying too much on your plate right now, being overloaded and losing sight of what it's all even for. You know, there's a need here to start saying no to things, and decide what you're going to say yes and no to. There's a need here for delegation and support from others, but this tells me that you're going to be struggling to do that. Because this shows up to reveal that you may need to look for less demanding work, that you just feel too drained by your present job, though, to spend time searching, for which puts you in a bit of a catch-22 situation. But the situation can't change until you pull back from your current responsibilities and invest what energy you do possess into changing your circumstances. So it's like that, you know, what do? You don't have the room. You don't have the room in your schedule to make the changes. Because it does become as practical as that, right? This can show that your relationships are being neglected right now because of all of your attention on work, right? And then the Seven of Pentacles reversed, though, this tells me that you're going to be feeling pushed to the point where you just can't ignore it anymore, right? Where you're going to really be made to really consider, you know, a different job or career path. And you may become disheartened with slow or no progress in your work or improvement in your finances right now, considering all you do, because you're very aware of how hard you work and how much of yourself you put into things. But don't give up, right? This is about mustering up the willpower to take action now, because any decision is better than no decision. And I know that's going to be really challenging because in this energy, you just don't have the time. It's like, where do I fit it? You know? And at the same time, some of you may just be feeling a general sense of anxiety about something to do with finances in a way that's generally impacting your motivation, impacting your desire to continue doing what you're doing. If this is the case, renegotiate the terms rather than give up. Renegotiate any area of your life that you actually can, just to make things more comfortable for yourself, at least for the time being. Because I'm getting just like, I'm just tired from holding those cards. You guys are working very hard, yeah, and you're just not feeling like you're getting back, you know? I'm feeling like you don't feel like you're getting back everything that, you know, that you're putting in. Then we have the Six of Wands, still in this midweek. This is Jupiter in your energy, Leo. This is Jupiter in Leo. And this signifies deserved success. This is a great card if you've been struggling recently and you feel unsure if your hard work is paying off. So speaking of that, right? This often does relate to work or career or anything that can move you forward in work. So a promotion, but something to do with work going in your favor. And in personal relationships, this indicates feelings being declared and being well received. So you might be declaring them to someone, or someone may be declaring them to you. But in general, this is a card of good news, which can relate really to any aspect of your life. It could be love, property, education, and work, or decision-making in general, right? This is a general reading. But I do have to say, I am getting a very heavy career vibe here. Kind of makes sense to me, right? Because we do have that full moon and lunar eclipse in Capricorn, right? So we're in this Cancer Capricorn eclipse season, which started last July, culminating now, bubbling up, but it's not totally finishing until next July. But the Capricorn aspect, which we're getting on July 16th here, has to do with our work sector. Cancer has more to do with relationships and home. So this is the work sector. So it doesn't surprise me that I'm getting very much a career vibe here, you know. And then we have this Four of Swords energy, Jupiter and Libra. This means a timeout. This can be a timeout from work or a relationship. All right, I want to do these two cards together because I feel like these two need to go together. Yeah. Okay, so I'm feeling like this is you trying to recover from the stress of some sort of relationship betrayal. And this is you trying to find peace and solitude that you need right now. Like, you might just need a little bit more mental space and private time than usual. So in this sense, this energy is a nudge to take some alone time to recharge. This can even mean some of you going to therapy or counseling to help you sort out feelings that you've had regarding work or regarding your personal relationship. Yeah, because this Three of Swords energy, which is Saturn in Libra, has revealed a painful truth to you where you were faced with no choice other than to accept the reality of a situation. And this is a common card to get for relationship betrayal or disloyalty in any area of life. It can mean an affair where there was a third-party situation, but it certainly does not have to be, guys. So don't jump to the negative right away with that. Because the Three of Swords is simply your one sword, the other person who you're dealing with is the other sword, and this middle sword is the energy that's creating the conflict. So it could really just be an argument, you guys just absolutely not having a meeting of the minds, but whatever that means for you. But what's good about this is any confusion regarding the situation is now, it's leaving you, it's banishing, and you're now in a position to begin moving on from it to heal. So I'm getting that this Four of Swords is going to be the space through which you work through these emotions, and you're just kind of looking at your life right now, and you're taking stock, you know. As I am getting, things are going pretty well in your career, but you've had, I feel like the issues with the relationship happened prior to this week. I am getting that, but you know, we're not robots. We don't shut off like that. This is certainly something that you're still dealing with. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. This is a Leo and Virgo energy. And this shows you getting over things, taking your life one day at a time, paying attention to the practical details. This energy is going to ask you to go through like the boring and routine essential tasks, but this is in the name of setting up your future in a new way. So I like this, you know. For others of you, this can indicate you're meeting a potential new partner who really does have so much to offer you, who's very genuine. For some, this person may lack a little bit of excitement. Leos like to have a good time. This person might not be exciting enough for you. Because in this energy, this is more of a planner energy rather than someone who reacts to stuff and is like, hey, you know, let's go, you know. Let's go out at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, whatever, you know, these fun ideas. Typically, they're usually a little slower to judge, a little slower to express their feelings. They tend to stay on safe subjects, you know. So depending on what you need from a relationship, this person can be such a gift to you, like a real rock through thick and thin. But if you crave excitement, they might not be exciting enough to fully capture your heart. So it depends on where you're at and what you've been through, right? As we're all in different stages of our lives and we've been through different things. So some of you might be like, yes, that's exactly what I need at this point after going through so much crazy, right? And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. This is an earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and this energy is positive for every aspect of your life. In a spread, it lifts any of the minor arcanas around it that might be potentially negative. So this is awesome. This predicts happiness and contentment and you having ultimately what you desire. You may find money comes to you pretty quickly, or there is a windfall, or as a way of you being shown the way to achieve it. So maybe you can even overhear a conversation or just in general conversation, someone comes up with a career path or an idea that you never thought of. And you're like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. I can completely see myself doing that. I really want to check that out. And it being very successful for you ultimately. So in this sense, this presents an opportunity for further attainment. So now is the time to receive that opportunity that's going to allow you to maximize your ultimate potential. For some of you, this can show money coming in, yes, or a new property. And it also predicts a foundation, but a good foundation. And you moving into that space, into a space of stability, you know, because what you need is just going to be there for you. And a very overt message to this card always is to not doubt your good luck or your good fortune that's coming into you, because you totally deserve it. You totally deserve it, Leo. So I really do kind of have a mixed bag of relationship and career stuff, but I feel like the career information that we got is more relevant to this week, whereas the relationship stuff, this is these are emotions that you're dealing with from a previous like week or time period, I am getting. But again, this is a general reading, so you have to take it as it sees fit. But regardless, you know, you have this peace oracle, which is beautiful. So this just tells me that as much of a challenge as things are going to be, you're going to be able to find a sweet spot in all of this to kind of hang your hat and just, you know, be okay with everything. And guys, just know this is going to be a very, I should have front loaded the video with this, but this is going to be a very strange time period because of what we have going on in the sky. You know, on the 18th, we have Venus in Cancer trine Neptune in Pisces, which is a great sweet energy for psychological breakthroughs, connections. That's really great. But then on 21st, we have Venus in Cancer opposing Pluto in Capricorn, and Sun in Cancer conjunct Mercury in Cancer. And that's going to create some power struggles. So what all of these energies, in addition to the eclipse energy, is going to end up bringing is this space where, boiled down into a nutshell, you're going to have a lack of clarity in what to believe. You're going to have a lack of clarity in even believing yourself. Do I really want this? Is this actually the path I want to be on? You know, how do I even really feel about that person? Should I have ended that relationship? Should I revisit that relationship? Am I with the person I'm supposed to be with? You know, is the grass greener on the other side? Oh, wait a minute, I've been on the other side. It's really not greener. And you're just trying to navigate. You know, I call this energy very sludgy. It kind of is. So try your best not to make any really big, harsh decisions just yet. Just know that around July 31st, once we're going to have that new black moon at 8 degrees Leo, and then Mercury's going to go direct. It's not going to be at a retrograde, out of shadow rather, until middle of August, but things are going to be lightening up for everyone as the month progresses. So try not to make any big decisions, and just know that these are some of the energies that are going to be happening. It's the ebb and flow of it all. We have some good, we have some challenges, right? That's life. Yeah. All right, Leo, that is what I have for you for this week. I'll see you guys next week for the last week of July reads. Until then, guys, take care. Bye-bye.